Good morning everybody, here we are now, it's Rain Sue's travel channel and we're on the beautiful Celebrity Ascent on our 10-night cruise around the Mediterranean. Today it's day 5 and we're in beautiful Cannes in the southeast coast of France, close to the Côte d'Azur, and we thought we would share with you this beautiful panoramic view of the bay at Cannes. We are tendered today, so we're going to be getting off today via the tender process, and we're going to be getting off and we're going to explore Cannes with you. So stay tuned to the channel, stay tuned to this video to see and hear a lot more about Cannes and what it has to offer. And a great opportunity to share with you the open deck here on Celebrity Ascent. We're in Cannes today and we are going off, but I just thought I would share with you, so it's not too intrusive for people, the wonderful view across the pool area. And if we take a look just to the left of that, there's a really nice whirlpool bath up here on deck 16. And if we look across the other side of the bay, we can see the rest of the bay itself at Cannes that spreads all the way around off to the far distance there, with the mountains in the far distance. So isn't that lovely? So stay with us today as we go off into Cannes and explore this beautiful city. Okay, so welcome back everyone. So here we are now, we're on the tender boat now on the side of Celebrity Ascent, and we're just waiting for the boat to fill, and then we will make our way over to the tender stop over on the coast. So of course other tenders coming and going, it's a regular service. Today we need to be back on board at 4 o'clock, but as you can see, pretty large boats that are being used to transfer passengers across. Probably 2,000 or 3,000 people off the boat have gone across already this morning. So we look forward to sharing some of the little tender trip with you. And of course, as we depart, some fantastic views of the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. So stay tuned. And as we just wait a few minutes, another one of the tender boats has come alongside. Isn't that lovely? So she will moor up and no doubt take a few passengers off to their destination. How lovely is that? And of course Cannes is renowned as a wonderful city, and of course very famous because of its film festival every year, with the rich and famous attending that. And we are going to explore that for you today. It's our first time here and we look forward to seeing it for the first time ourselves. So stay with us as we explore Cannes. Okay, so we're on our tender now, and we're just leaving the tender station, and it's a lovely ship. Of course, she's only 6 months old, so she's in beautiful condition, wonderfully designed, fantastic service, food and accommodations, and the entertainment is excellent. So if you are considering getting yourself a cruise on the beautiful Celebrity Ascent, then you won't be doing a bad thing. And it's a very short tender ride here. It's only about 5 minutes long, and as you can see, the other tenders are returning back to the various ships that are at anchor in the bay, and Cannes is coming up on our right hand side, so we look forward to getting off and seeing what there is to see here in beautiful Cannes. Okay, and so when you get off the tender, you arrive at this little jetty, and they're on to your next adventure. And as you get off the tender boat itself, there's a little tourist information and guest information office there where you can find out information about local attractions, etc. Okay, and so when you come out of the little tender port area, there's a few tour guides there and companies offering you a tour. You can also catch a little ferry here and buy tickets to San Margarita, and then to get out of the port area itself, just walk down this walkway into the town. And as you leave the little port marina area, the avenues are lined with beautiful plants and shrubs and trees in flower. And as we move further on, some beautiful looking yachts in the marina. Okay, so we're just outside of the tender port station, and here is the beautiful marina in Cannes, and this is just our first look. I'm sure there's plenty to see, but I just thought I would give you an initial look at this stunning part of the world, and some lovely pieces of real estate moored up alongside the quay here, and an initial look at some of the beautiful buildings that are alongside the marina here in Cannes. So stay tuned as we walk off into Cannes and find some exciting things to see. And as we walk further on, you can see some beautiful yachts in the marina and a lovely part of Cannes itself. We're just walking down this nice little avenue, and we can see some beautiful buildings out on the outside. Just after a little walk, the marina opens out into this beautiful area, and wonderful buildings in the back and some superb looking architecture in the shot now, which is very lovely. Let's keep walking and we'll see what else we can see. Okay, so as we walk away a little bit from the marina now, here's the Hotel de Ville, which is obviously the central government buildings, and a beautiful statue and some fantastic flowers, and that tree in purple bloom is simply stunning. How lovely is that? And of course, wonderful architecture on the building itself, and this wonderful memorial to those brave French citizens and residents of Cannes who gave up their lives to make our world a better place from 1914 to 1939. May they rest in peace. And just at the centre de Ville, just by the memorial, there is this beautiful purple tree, and Sue's just taking a few moments in the shade. But if we had smelly vision, yeah, you'd be able to smell the beautiful fragrance that's coming off all of these trees. It's simply stunning, and it smells really lovely. So if you're in Cannes, make sure you come up to Centre de Ville, come to the memorial, and while the trees are in bloom, it smells absolutely wonderful. So we're coming away from the government building now, and we're going to take a little bit of a walk up this beautiful park, tree lined, fantastic scenery behind, some beautiful buildings, and it is just adjacent to the marina on the right hand side. There is a bit of refurbishment work going on, hence why we're not on that side at the moment, but we will come back down that side a little later on in the video. And a lovely water feature here, which I'm sure looks beautiful in the evening sun, and a beautiful looking bandstand over in the centre of this little park, accented with beautiful flora and fauna, and beautiful trees and plants, making it look as beautiful as one would expect. How lovely is that? And the local market where you can secure your own daily fruit and vegetables and cheese and cured meats, and also fish. The local catch of the day available over here. And again, just reinforcing this perspective of buying local and only buying what you need on a daily basis, and avoidance of over-processed foods. And as we walk away from the little market there and away from the bandstand, we can see again a beautiful built environment here at Cannes. All of the buildings on the front, of course, are in splendid condition. Not one of them in need of any rejuvenation, and a simply wonderful open space for you to enjoy this whole marina and built environment. How lovely is that? And as we continue along the coastline, some beautiful restaurants and accommodations and hotels, and again more fantastic green spaces and activities, etc. And just again more examples of the stunning architecture and beautiful buildings and lovely quaint restaurants, and the general built environment, all accented by lots of beautiful trees in flower, and an all-round pleasurable experience. So it's our first time in Cannes and we are really impressed. It's lovely, and we're glad that we were able to bring this to you. So stay tuned for much more. And the beautiful Hotel Splendid, and splendid it absolutely is, and the rest of the boardwalk up to the corner and going into the town. And another beautiful waterfall with our Susie in the shot as well. And we're going to go off now into the town and we're going to have a look around to see what we can find. So come along with us. But before we go, we couldn't resist sharing one last look at this beautiful panoramic. And of course this wonderful town continues. So we're just outside the casino now, and again another scenic view of the residences around the town itself. And you can get yourself a little trolley tour here in Cannes as well, and we'll find out how much that costs in a little while, but that'll give you a little tour around the town itself, and around every corner you'll find something even more exquisite, as well as the beautiful layout of the built environment, a wonderful church just opposite the casino area. How lovely is that? windows. And here in the back streets behind the coastal road, again a continuation of beautiful buildings, wonderful facades, and lovely decorated streets and flower arrangements. And again, as you delve deeper into this beautiful part of the world, there's it's like a roundabout here, but fabulously decorated, and of course kitsch little cafes and bars outside, and just a wonderful built environment. How about that? Okay, so this is Rue Reynagier, and I'm just going to take a little walk down here now, and see, we'll get a bit of retail therapy, no doubt, and we'll see what else we can see. Okay, so when you come back down towards the port tender station, back down to the little park that we initially went through, you can see again more beautiful lined avenues, and a wonderful church up on the hill, and another beautiful part of the city just adjacent to the marina, and this is the bus terminal where you can pick up local connections, and wonderful cafes and beautiful scenery around the marina itself. And closer to the jetty where we were dropped off with the tender are some lovely restaurants and hotels, shops and bars for you to peruse at your leisure. Okay, so also here in Cannes, as you get off of the tender from the cruise ship, which is just in front of us, there's a lovely little square. There's a bit of renovation work going on here, but if you're feeling energetic, then you can go to You Rent Cannes and you can hire yourself a bike and take a little ride around the town. So we hope that's useful. And again, adjacent to that little bike rental place is Cafe Creme, which is like a brunch cafe, and then here is a little hop-on bus tour. It's not hop-off, so it's just got a single route around Cannes, and it's around €4 or €5, and it'll be going shortly, and we'll just find out a little bit of information relative to that in a moment. Okay, and so if you want to partake that limited bus tour, which essentially, as you can see, follows the red line around the bay and back up the peninsula and back to this point, it's a round trip ticket, and it's about €3.5–4, and here's the times on the top of the poster there saying when it departs, and essentially it's every 15 minutes around midday time. So how useful is that? So if you want just a quick overview of the port and the bay, then you can get that here. And here's the bus itself, and we're going to hop on actually, and we're going to go and take this little limited tour. It's only €3 or €4, and hopefully that will give us another perspective of this beautiful town of Cannes. Okay, so here we are now. We are in Cannes. We're close to the tender station from our ship, and of course you can see the ships in the distance. They're out at anchor in the bay. We have elected to have a little ride on one of these little tour buses, and it's not a true hop-on hop-off bus. It's just a trip around the bay and it does a circle, and then it brings you straight back here. But it might just be a short trip, but at least it will give us a different perspective of the port and marina area. So as I've mentioned, this is not an extended hop-on, hop-off bus arrangement. This is purely a bus tour, a single round trip around the bay, around the marina, and back to the spot where we embarked. And it was about €3.50, we think. So, isn't that lovely? And it's a beautiful marina, of course, with lots of lovely craft, both large and small, and even some tall ships in the background. And then of course across the background, the building in the centre of the screen now is the casino. So if you want to come here and avail yourself of some slot machines or gambling tables, I'm sure the nice folks here in Cannes will help you with that. And so as we continue around the bay, you can see that the space on the beach is at a premium, and there isn't a lot of space for anything. There's lots of building work going on, which may be for an event or may not. It may just be that there's so much demand for space on the ocean front that they're filling it. But in any event, it looks quite pretty, very, very well kept, manicured beaches and pathways, and a lovely built environment around the natural environment. How lovely is that? And there's a smaller, nice azure blue sea around this little outcrop. And as we go still further down the coast in the bay, there's again a lovely manicured park here just adjacent to the marina. How lovely is that? You're right, because space at Monte Carlo is a bit of a premium, isn't it? But here it's a much wider bay with a bit more space, albeit a little bit out of town, but still beautiful. And again, more beautiful boats in the marina, and the cruise ships in the background in the bay. Very tastefully designed and maintained. And as I mentioned, this is like a little bus tour. It's not hop on, hop off, but it was €3.40 or €3.50, and gives us an opportunity to see a little bit more of Cannes, perhaps, which we wouldn't have seen if we were just walking around. So on the way back, no doubt we'll see more of the residences in Cannes as well. And as we go still further around the bay, again we can get a better shot of the two beautiful cruise ships in the bay, Celebrity Ascent and MSC Seaview. And of course there are a few little stops on this local bus service, so we will stop from time to time and be able to give you some nice panoramic shots. So a lovely view over the bay area here, and a beautiful hotel. And we'll now go down on the other side of the street and see some of the residences that are here in Cannes. And lovely cafes and restaurants alongside the roadside now as we get closer into the town. And some wonderful looking architecture, some beautiful buildings, really well looked after. And of course your trip wouldn't be the same without a stop at the Rolex store or Cartier or Fondy. And JW Marriott Hotel. And again another nice residence, beautifully maintained. How lovely is that? Okay. And Van Cleef and Arpels in a wonderful looking mall. And again we go past that beautiful little park that we walked up earlier, and you can see the wonderful way in which it's been maintained and manicured, and a wonderful sight to see right in the middle of the bay here in Cannes. Despite a lot of building work going on at the moment, it is still beautifully looked after. So we hope that has been useful for you. And the local market that is now closed was open earlier, as I've showed you, and the rest of the buildings surrounding the little park here. And then back to the War Memorial outside Centre de Ville, the Hotel de Ville, the local council offices. And there we are. Okay, so after the little bus tour there, we've walked up just past the marina, and again some lovely shops and bars and restaurants here, but also on this side is the beach, and so there's a few little activity things here, little cycle machine and a skiing machine, and where you can do your pull-ups and your daily exercise should you wish. And that's just adjacent now to the little beach area that's here just by the marina. So it's a lovely bit of scenery, and of course the beautiful heart of Cannes itself. And on the other side there of course is more beach space. So if you're coming down and getting the tender boat off and you're unsure of what you'd like to do, then there are a few options there for you. And all in all, a beautiful place, and this is the first time we've been here, and we'll be back again. Okay, so here's the beach, and a lovely outlook, and there are a few potential subscribers here on the beach as well. So bonjour, and we hope you've enjoyed that so far. I'm going to walk up the rest of the beach now, and we will bring the video to a close. Okay, so that's the beach here in Cannes. We hope you enjoy it, and we're going to make our way back now to the tender station for the cruise ship. So we hope you've enjoyed that. We hope you've enjoyed coming along with us as we've explored Cannes. We hope the time you've invested in our video is time well spent for you. Thank you for joining us, and we will post this video of course on the channel. Do take a look at the channel, and can we ask you please to consider liking and subscribing to Rain Sue's Travel channel, and click that notification bell so you know every time we post another video. So that was Cannes. And if you like this video, why not check out our channel, Rain Sue's Travel channel, where you'll find a raft of other cruise videos covering the Far East, the Middle East, the Mediterranean, and the Caribbean and Mexico. So please leave us any comments that you'd like, and consider liking and subscribing to our channel. It's through your subscription that this channel can grow. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.